What is going on, guys? Hello, I am back to the YouTube game. So it is summer. I know it's COVID time. P.S. I got a dog. Andrew and I got a dog. This is Nugget. If you follow me on Instagram, then you've been seeing my baby Nugget grow up from 6 weeks to now she is about 5 months. So I thought she was 6 months, but she's only 5. So what we are talking about today, this is another Fit Nut series. I think it's called Fit Nut series. I don't know. But anyways, this is another episode and we're going to be talking about traveling and staying on track while traveling. I know that this is COVID time, but I also know that a lot of people are still traveling. Maybe they're making some like short trips out. Maybe they're driving. Maybe they're going to the beach, secluded beaches. She's really tired. In fact, I'm house sitting starting tonight, so I know that some people are traveling. So I wanted to give some tips on how to stay on track while you're traveling. If you've seen, it was about a year ago now that Andrew and I were on prep. We went to Virginia Beach. It was only a weekend trip. We drove, so it was a little easier for us because we didn't, go very far. We could bring all our food and stuff like that, which I'm going to get into those tips soon. But yeah, you can watch that vlog and kind of see how we did it, like see the real time after I give you the tips. And of course, we were on prep, so we were very, very strict with our diets. It was no like, oh, it's okay, like maybe I'll mess up a little bit. It was no, we need to get this done. We only have like 16 weeks to prep. Let's get this done. We need to get stage lean. You know what I'm saying? All right, so tip number 1 is to bring food with you. So when you do watch that vlog, we brought all our food with us. We honestly didn't utilize it as much as we thought we would, but that's fine. So what we did was we made like our lean protein sources. We made like chicken breast. We might have made some ground beef, like 93.7 or even leaner ground beef. Those lean steaks, those eye round, those top round, the flank steaks, skirt steak, all that good stuff. Chicken breast, some lean turkey meat, anything like that. Bring that food. So bring in a little Tupperwares, the meats, and then we also brought some veggies. So I think at the time we were doing spaghetti squash maybe? I don't know, spaghetti squash, asparagus, or like broccoli, and have it all prepped up, all cooked up and ready to go so that you have no excuses when you get there, especially if you're staying in like a little Airbnb and you're not sure if you're going to have kitchen use or anything, or a hotel where you don't really have like a stovetop to cook all this stuff. So this is a good one for if you're driving. So this is like road trip hack right there, to bring your food with you. If you are traveling within the U.S., you can also bring like food, but meal prepping for like a week when you're traveling on a plane is kind of weird maybe, because you can't, I don't know if you can really bring a cooler with you. You probably can, I don't know. But if you're traveling outside of the U.S., then I know, like international, if you're traveling domestic, at least in the U.S. you can. International, you cannot bring food with you. But that's a good one when you are driving somewhere. So like those little beach trips, pack it all up. If you're getting a house, then cool, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, have your meals ready to go. Have your carb sources, have your veggies, and have your proteins there ready to go. We literally got a late start when we were driving. I remember this now. We got a late start when we were driving. We didn't leave until like noon or something. We wanted to leave maybe even later. We wanted to leave at like 9 a.m. Wow, we were crazy. So we had a small breakfast and we were starving when we got there because it's like a 4-hour drive. So the first thing we did was open up that Tupperware, and if we didn't have that, we would have been so hungry, like just trying to figure out what the heck to eat. So yeah, that's number 1 tip. Alright, so the other tip is to go grocery shopping when you get there. So this is for longer trips, like if you're going for a week, 2 weeks, if you're getting a house and you didn't really prep all that food because you know you'd have a kitchen, or even if you do just have a hotel. I stayed in an Airbnb it was not quite a week. It was like 4 or 5 days in Miami when I went to some convention a few years ago, and I went to the grocery store the first day I was there. I think I got there at like 3 p.m. I went at like 5 or something. I grabbed a big rotisserie chicken so I could eat that throughout the few days I was there. I grabbed like some salad mix so I could kind of make a little salad with it. And yeah, I just like grabbed some staples, some like low carb tortillas and stuff like that, just so I could stay on track and I knew I wouldn't have to eat out because, hi, I'm also on a budget here because not the richest folk around here, but you know, I can't eat out all the time. With that being said, it's also not the healthiest option for the most part. You can make that work. We'll kind of get into that a little later. Along with the grocery store is to bring some shelf-stable snacks. So this is good for when you're driving or when you're on a plane. So I am known to have jerky in my purse or backpack or whatever I'm carrying with me because it's shelf-stable. It's a good source of protein, savory snack, and honestly, if I eat a whole bag, it's a crap ton of sodium, but drink your water. It fills you up, let me tell you. So that's a good snack. 'Cause it does have those carbs in there if you get like the higher carb version. So it's not like you're just eating like a crap ton of protein and you're not getting anything else that's gonna like really fill you up there. But yeah, jerky is a good one. I know some people carry like tuna or chicken pouches with them, like, you know, those ready to go. No, it's not Sunkist. I don't know, those tuna packets. We all know what I'm talking about. Tuna Creations. I don't even know why I was going to say Sunkist. But those Tuna Creations packets, they even come with a spoon sometimes, so that's kind of handy. You can carry like protein bars with you, maybe like protein chips. They might get a little crunched up if they're in like a purse or something. But yeah, stuff like that. Always bring your protein snacks with you. Protein bars, granola bars, you know, get that carb, protein, fat mix in there and you'll be good to go. So yeah, that's my biggest tip too, is to always, not even just when you're traveling, always carry some protein snacks with you because you never know when you're going to get stuck in a crap ton of traffic and you're not home for 3 hours. That's what we do around here in that DC area. But yeah, so stuff like that, especially during the busy holiday season, or not holiday season, but travel season. I know that going to the beach can take 4 hours when there's no traffic and then 8 hours when there is traffic. So gotta be prepared. And then when you are going out to dinner, so I know a lot of times vacations brings dinners and lunches going out literally 1 to 2 times a night for a week or two. And that can really, really add up on your calorie count marks because going out to eat, you're lucky if you find something that's under like 600 calories. So ordering smart, you know what I'm saying? If you're eating out every night, like don't use that as an excuse to not be healthy. There are ways that you can make it work. Look up the menus before if you can. I'm pretty sure that like almost everywhere has menus online now, even the small like local restaurants. The big restaurants will also have the macro counts on there. Or like the calorie counts, the macro counts on MyFitnessPal, so that you can kind of like look it up and plan ahead of time. So when you're at the restaurant, you don't just get a salad because it looks like an healthy option and then you get home and track it and it ended up being a 2,000 calorie salad, because that can definitely happen. Salads can for sure be food fakers there. So yeah, just because it's going out to eat, there are healthy options, especially if you're going to the beach. Hey, let's get some seafood because what is so fresh around here? The seafood. So yeah, go ahead, get that like grilled whatever seafood is local to that area. Get those veggies. Hey, get some of that carb too, or don't get the carb, save your carbs for dessert. That's what I like to do sometimes, because you know I have a sweet tooth. So yeah, just make it work into your macros. Make sure that you are tracking throughout the vacation, just so that you don't completely lose control. Alright, so I definitely thought that I was not recording because I saw 0 minutes on there, but I think I got all of that. So what I was saying is, when you're eating out, just, you know, look for that lean protein source first. Always focus on protein first, just like when you're meal prepping, and then make sure that your meal's balanced and that you can fit everything else into your macros from there. And with eating out or just, you know, traveling in general, I have a huge tip here, and it's a little tip actually. It's a mini food scale. So when Andrew and I were traveling on prep, I was like, we need to make sure that we're hitting our macros on point, and that means portion control as well. So I bought this mini food scale, so you can see how small it is. It literally is like it's like a little calculator. It fits in your purse, probably not your pocket, maybe a man's pocket. This would probably fit, but not a female's. But yeah, it does fit into my purse very nicely, and I always carry it with me now. So it was just essential. In the video, you'll see that we went to Busch Gardens. We pulled out the food scale. It was kind of weird, but you know what? We had goals. We're going to hit them. I don't really care what other people think, because when they see me at the end, they're gonna be like, how did you get there? And I'll be like, you know that food scale you thought I was so weird? Yeah, that's how you get there. So make sure that you are eating proper portions. We also, actually, we just asked. So what you can also do, don't feel weird asking restaurants like what portion sizes are if you don't want to have to like weigh it out when you're at the restaurant, but you totally can. You can pull that at a restaurant. It's totally fine. I don't care if anybody judges you. Like, you're doing your thing and you're really improving yourself. So go ahead and do you. But at restaurants, you can ask the server to see, because the restaurants really should know exactly how much they're giving their customers, because it's coming out of their pockets. It's like money, it's portion control for them. So if they don't have like the proper specs, then they could be like losing money, you know? So, yeah, so they should know what they're giving you. So I think at the restaurant, we asked them how much steamed shrimp we were getting, and it was, I can't remember how much it was, but it was definitely a good amount for us. Since that is like all protein, so that's another good one, is like steamed shrimp, especially as an appetizer. That's like a really good appetizer there, like a steamed shrimp or shrimp cocktail or something like that, because it's like straight protein there, so you know that you're getting what you need with the protein needs. But yeah, pull out that food scale just to make sure that you are hitting your macros, and then you know that you're tracking properly and you're not over consuming when you don't think that you are. Along with all of this, make sure that you are drinking your water, especially in the hot summer that we're having, or if you're going to the beach, if you're outside all day sweating. Honestly, if you're just staying inside all day, still drink your water. My main recommendation is just, it's easy, a gallon a day, 128 ounces, or 1 ounce per body weight. It just kind of depends. Like if you're over the 128 ounces for the pounds, it might just be easier to stick to the gallon a day. Honestly, that should be like the minimum that anybody drinks. It does help. Even for me, who like can easily down like a gallon a day not having a bottle, it helps, because I'll always forget like how many did I drink, and then I'm like, crap, was I at 3 or was I at 4 for my 24-ounce bottle? But this, it makes it so easy, and then I can see like where I am at throughout the day, and I'll always make sure that I catch up. Always, hands down. I'm an overachiever there. So be like me and be an overachiever. Along with drinking, if you are going for alcohol, just doing like vodka seltzer water and then squirting in some like lemon or lime in there is going to be your lowest calorie bet for like your alcohol buck. So alcohol does have 7 calories per gram, so those calories count. And then, you know, all those fruity mixers that you're doing in the soda, the sugary cocktail drinks or whatever, yeah, those count too, and those are all carbs there. So do not underestimate alcohol and how it can really impact your calorie macro count there. So you might think that you're eating low carb, and then you've had like 5 for strawberry daiquiris or something like that, and you're probably consumed over. I actually went to the beach with somebody, and we bought like these little like alcohol drinks. It was really cool, because here in Maryland you can't buy alcohol in stores, like general stores, but there you could, and they had like the alcohol, like it was all in this little pouch. It was almost like a Capri Sun, but with alcohol in it. But they were like literally like 200 to like 300 calories for just this little Capri Sun pouch thing, basically. And I like did the counts on it, because they drank like 5 of those a day. I was like, oh my goodness. You're literally consuming over like almost 2,000 calories in just drinks. This is crazy, you know? So like, don't forget to count your beverages, and do not think that alcohol is 0 calories. Even if you're just doing a straight shot, it does have calories. That's why I'm saying like the seltzer water, because seltzer water is 0 calories. Add that lemon or lime for a little bit of like a little flavor burst there. And then the vodka is just 0, or no, it's not 0 calories, but it has the 7 calories per gram. So it just kind of depends how much you're doing. Yeah, so that's my biggest tip there. And if you are getting one of those fruity drinks, make sure that you're counting it in and you're fitting it in, but make sure that you are also eating on top of that. So I'll see a lot of people will like just not eat throughout the day. They'll be like, oh, I'll just have like a little piece of chicken breast or whatever, and then I'll drink like 5 drinks. No, don't do that, because you're gonna really be feeling that the next day. And yeah, it just doesn't sound good to me. And also, alcohol probably will make you want to eat more, and then you'll forget to track because you don't even know what the heck's going on, because you didn't eat anything, and then you're drinking, and then, oh my goodness, I could go on for days about that. But yeah, just keep in mind with those alcoholic drinks, or any drinks for that matter. And then, you know, it's vacation. If you want to work out, that's awesome. If you don't, that's totally fine too. My main tip here is to just make sure that you are getting movement in, whether it's just walking or biking around. I know a lot of the times when I'm at the beach, I'll run out a bike, take it out a little bit, get that activity in, or also just walk around, especially like, you know, when you're going shopping and stuff like that, you walk around to all the different stores, or just walking around sightseeing, walks on the beach. It just kind of depends what kind of vacation you're doing. I'm focusing a lot on the beach because that's been my past few vacations, but like going out of the country too is totally fun. And then if you're doing like sightseeing and stuff, you can like rack up your steps. I didn't have a Fitbit when I went to San Fran the first time. I did the second time, and it was like a ridiculous amount of steps. It was like over 30,000 steps, and it was like the ups and downs too. It was like very hilly. So yeah, you can rack up your steps just by sightseeing, and you don't even notice that you're like moving, you know, because you're having so much fun like looking around and stuff like that. Which is another big tip that I have, is to just focus on the company that you're spending your time with and the like places that you are at, and just really focus in on like the good times that you're having. So for me, like, I always like to just like immerse myself in the conversation. I don't like to think too much about the food. That's why I pre-plan. I don't want to have to stress out when I'm at the dinner or whatever, and really think about the food. So yeah, focus on the company that you're with, the moments that you're creating, and the fun that you're having. And then the last tip that I have is to honestly just not stress out about it, because you do not want to be that person that messes up vacation for everybody because you're in a crap mood, because you're messed up your macros for one day and this and that, and then you're complaining to everybody, and then everybody's in a bad mood and it's all your fault. You know, you don't want to be that person, so just let it go. But do make sure that you are one of my big tips I give all my clients when they do have a mess up day, a slip up day, is to accept it, reflect on it. So do kind of like go back, think about why it happened, what were you feeling when it happened, did anything like cause this to happen, was there a trigger for this to happen, and then think of next steps, like what are you going to do next time to prevent this from happening, because if you just accept it and you don't do anything else from there, it's probably going to happen again and you're not going to be equipped with anything. So yeah, think of how you can prepare for the next time so it does not happen again. So I hope that this is helpful. So yeah, main tips, just like, you know, it's all about being prepared in the end, really. And of course, staying hydrated. But yeah, being prepared is really, I think, like encompasses all the tips that I gave here, and as well as having fun. So another thing that I do want to say is, if you are going to the beach or going somewhere else, please get a nice run on the beach or a nice walk on the beach for me, please, because I don't know if I'm going to be making it this year to the beach, just with COVID and everything. So if you are out there, please just do that for me. And I hope that you did enjoy this video. I hope that this is helpful. If you have any questions or need explanations on anything, you can comment below. You can check out the video where Andrew and I did travel while we were on prep, and see how we stayed on track. So like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out my channel, and I am hoping to bring this channel back with a bang, you know what I'm saying? So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time, and Nugget will see you as well.